All right, students, welcome to our proctored practice test today. I hope you guys are doing well. As soon as you guys get in and are situated and settled, please let us know that you're here. Just give us a thumbs up in the comments section or whatever it might be. And again, we're going to spend about the first 15 minutes or so going over important things that you guys want to know about the testing. If you guys have any questions about I know all these tests are getting canceled. I know that it's just very hectic right now. And so if you guys have any questions for us about those test cancellations, what you can do, what's going to be upcoming, please don't. We back here, guys? Can you hear me? Hey guys, is anything coming in? Sorry for these connection issues. We were experiencing these earlier. Can everybody hear me okay? On here. Guys, yeah, can you guys just let me know that everybody's here, that you guys can hear me okay? I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this chat, but hopefully we can get through it. If you are struggling, we'll get started with this. We'll go through the spiel then, just to make sure that we get you guys off on the right foot. A couple of things that I want to make sure that you guys know is that it's very important as you go into this to continue to prepare, even when you feel like all of these crazy things are happening. You can't do anything about these test cancellations. So it's very important that you guys understand that you recognize that and that you're still able to continue to push forward. Guys, I don't know what's going on here. All right, I think we're cleared up here with the streaming stuff, hopefully. But just guys, again, let me know if you're struggling at all to hear me. Can everybody give me a thumbs up? Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go? In the meantime, while I have this 10-minute spiel or so, can you guys also make sure that you have your test printed out? I've posted the links, the ACT released exams and the SAT released exams. Those are both in the description, in the video description below. So if you guys wouldn't mind printing those out now, if you haven't already, along with your bubble sheet, that would be great. Just so we're ready to go and there's no hesitation, no questions as we get going here. Okay. Again, I'm trying to figure out. I think the streaming's back good. The connection's back to being good. But can everybody just give me a thumbs up, please, in the comment section and the chat? If you don't see the chat, you may have to subscribe to the channel, but you should see a chat in the top right or bottom right hand corner of your page. And so please make sure that you guys have all of your materials printed out. And if you're in one of our classes, please make sure that you give me a thumbs up so that I know that you guys are here and that we can take attendance. And again, I apologize for those streaming issues earlier. Hopefully I think we're back to being okay. Okay, can everybody give me a thumbs up in the comments, or just say good to go? I don't know. Again, I think the comments, something's being kind of funky here with these comments. So maybe just a good to go. Let's see. Michaela, welcome. Hi guys. Dev, Annie, and yeah, I think something's I have your comments still coming in. Thanks guys. Yana, welcome. Brandon, hello. Okay, great. Taylor, thank you. I think we're good. I think I've figured out the issues here. Okay. So yeah, guys. Again, a couple things before we get started. So now that we are locked and loaded and ready to go here, I want you guys to remember that with all these test cancellations, everybody's going through this, and let's say one of your friends, their July test for the ACT didn't get canceled and yours did. That's not something that you can deal with, right? There's only so much that you can handle, and one of the things that we talk about all the time in our programs is to control what you can control, okay? Control what you can control, and what that means is I have no idea. Part of the reason that we don't do anything that we don't talk about college counseling or anything like that in any of our programs or any of our videos, I have some understanding of how that works, but I don't want it to be, I have no idea how this test is going to, what this is going to mean when you guys apply to college. And so I know that it means something. I know that it's part of the application process, but I don't want to get into a position with you guys where I'm making these big statements. All I want you guys to do, because I can't control that. And again, one of the things that I have said, for those that have watched our other videos that I think are so important, is if you can't, or the one thing I guess I should say, the one thing that really helped me as a kid on a test like this was that I controlled only what I could control. I was unfortunately very lazy. I wasn't a great student. If you're looking for, I always say this, if you're looking for the Harvard or the Stanford guy, that was never going to be me. I didn't think about college, let alone, I didn't think about the next day, let alone college. And so if that's the case, the reason I was great at these tests as a kid and what I am maybe right now is only because I controlled what I could control. You guys have seen this. I was never going into these exams thinking, well, I got to get a 36 to get this score to go to this school or whatever. I just went in because that's what everybody was doing, and I did my best. I had a couple advantages that my mom is a math teacher, right? So that helps, especially with basic math. And I love to read. So if I can encourage you guys to do anything, it has nothing to do with your ability to be a great scientist. I'm terrible at science, as you guys have probably seen from some of our other videos. But the ability to control what I could control was what set me apart on tests like this. Because if I saw a question I didn't know how to answer, now this is again based on laziness more than anything. So that's a horrible trait in everything in your life, and it took me to be 23, 24 years old before I realized, hey, I got to work hard. There are really hard workers, right? And so control what you can control on this test, and then let everything else come into play. If you guys are in that position right now where you have a great work ethic and you continue to work hard and you don't know, you're just struggling because you can't figure out this test. I would trade a great work ethic for myself. I would have traded a great work ethic as a 15-year-old 10 million times before I traded being a good test taker. Being a good test taker, there are some cool components about being a good test taker in terms of being able to make quick decisions and not getting stressed, so that when everybody else is getting stressed in that environment, you're like, oh, I'm totally cool, right? That's a great thing about being a good test taker, but that can be learned. You can work on that. What you can't work on, or where you're going to struggle, is if you don't have a strong work ethic like I didn't, and now I'm playing catch up, right? When I figured that out when I was 23, 24 years old, I was like, this is going to be this. I have to play catch up 6 years, right? I'm 6 years behind the curve, and I don't want you guys to be in that position. Amkar, yeah, great question. So guys, any of the tests that you're taking, I posted all of the released SAT exams. I posted all of the SAT exams and ACT exams in the description below. Those are all of the released tests. If you guys click on those, you can see, you guys can print out any of those tests before we get started here. You guys can print out any of those tests and a bubble sheet, and they're all going to be in the same test form. Okay? Amkar, yeah, so if you guys are struggling with science, ACT science, I'll try to put out a video on ACT science that hopefully will help you guys in terms of getting your preparation down. It'll be a live stream because science is a really tricky one. Unfortunately, right now I don't have any strong advice for this short of a period of time to go through why it's hard to improve sometimes on ACT science. But there is a strategy to do it. So I'll put out a live stream just so it's longer. Yeah, guys, and so this is another thing. So before we get started with the actual test, can everybody give me 2 thumbs up in the chat section? I'm seeing the chats come through now. I think we got everything worked out in terms of the stream. Can everybody give me 2 thumbs up if you have your test printed out and you have your bubble sheet? Okay, test printed out and your bubble sheet. Again, if you don't have your test in the description below the video, you guys can find those. You can find the exams. Okay, in the video, you can find all of the SAT and ACT released exams. So please do that. Yeah, Brandon. So that's another one, Brandon. In terms of your question, in terms of your question on the August SAT, I wish I had better advice for you. One thing, guys, that I can say for anybody that's looking for, as we get started with this proctored test, the best way to explain how they're going to cancel these exams is to just look at your local and state governments. If the local high school, like if your school district is closed down, then regardless of what the ACT or the SAT tells you, and they haven't done a great job of communicating, as you guys all know, but regardless of what they tell you, just look at your local high school, because that 95%, they try to make it like they have testing centers. Testing centers are just the local high schools. And so if the district is closed down, there's a 0% chance that the district is going to be like, oh, you can't go to normal school, but we'll let you take the ACT. So it's kind of that, it's unfortunate. I wish the ACT was doing a better job of prepping. Yeah, of not even prepping, of communicating to students, because that's ultimately what it's going to do. I mean, that's ultimately how you're going to figure it out. Okay, Yana, great. Emma, great. Okay, guys, so here's what we're going to do. Before we get started, and we always talk about this, let's get into this kind of testing mode. I want everybody to please open their Star U student account for those that are taking the test. Please open your Star U student account. For those that have done this with us before, you guys know kind of the drill here. And I want everybody to do a few practice problems while they're warming up. So here's your student account, right? It's free of charge. Download it if you haven't already. Click ACT or SAT. And all I want you guys to do is I just want you to do some easy practice problems. So for the ACT test takers, you guys luck out in the sense that you have the easiest section to start. SAT test takers, you guys have a harder section with the reading section, but then you get into the same English section that the ACT guys for test number 2, which is the writing and language test. If you guys are taking either of the exams, I want you guys to go into either ACT English or SAT writing and language in your student account, and I want you guys to just start doing a few practice problems. Yeah, guys, printing the test, if you guys click the links below, you guys will find all of the released exams. Okay, all of the released exams. Yeah, guys, and this is a proctoring, so we'll proctor the test, and then if you guys have any questions, I'm going to stay online for the next 45 minutes or so and continue to answer your questions. But for right now, for anybody that's taking our proctored practice test today, I want everybody to log into their Star U student accounts. Okay? So again, kind of two separate things there. Maybe for those that haven't joined us before on the proctored practice test, we'll get you guys started with the proctored practice test video and get everybody going with this test if you are taking a practice test today. I've posted all of the links to the released ACT and SAT exams below. Please make sure that you have those printed out. Please make sure that you guys have a calculator ready, right? You have your calculator ready, you have a water bottle, you have a snack. The idea behind this is that we want to try to simulate this as much as possible like the real exam. Okay, as much as possible like the real exam. Yeah, Amkar, I'll answer that question. It's a great question about the summer testing and studying. I agree with you. I think it is. I think what you just suggested is that question about practicing over the summer is a great idea because there is so much extra time. So I'll address that as soon as we get these guys started. If you're not taking a test today, just hold tight. And again, I'll answer all of your questions as soon as we get everybody started. But for right now, everybody that is taking an exam today, I'd like everybody to log into their Star U student account, and I just want you to do some warm-up problems. This helped me so much as a kid when I was taking these exams, and again, it's just that idea of if you get started and you're warmed up, just like in anything else that you do, right? If you're in the play or if you play a sport, whatever it might be, if you do those things, when you warm up, you play better. It's just, and that's the same thing with this test, that if you've seen some practice problems, again, for SAT, do SAT writing and language, for ACT, do ACT English, and I just want you guys to start thinking about and getting your minds warmed up so that when you see that first question overall, that's not the first question of the day on the actual test, so that you have to work out some of those nerves and jitters and all that kind of stuff. Instead, you're ready to go because you've already been doing practice problems and you can eliminate those simple mistakes in the app before the test starts. Now, the cool thing about this, guys, too, is that you can be doing this on your phone when you're standing in line. So rather than having, right, when you're registering for the real thing, when you're standing in line to go into the test center, You can be doing this on your phone rather than doing that whole thing. I know how 16, 17-year-olds work, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to fail this test, even though you know you're not going to, right? It's that defense mechanism being like, oh, I'm going to fail this. There's no way I do well. I don't want you guys to have that mindset. Instead, I want you guys to be thinking, let me do some practice problems and I'll let them handle the things that I can't control, right? Maybe you have the worst test day ever, but you don't know that going in. So let's prepare as if we're going to have the best test day ever rather than the worst test day ever. And that's part of this warm up, right? You come in here, and then for those that haven't seen it before, all of our material in the Star U app is based on our books, and all of our tutors are the ones that are writing these books. And I've posted a link to our books in the practice section. Eric is our primary author here. Okay, he studied mechanical engineering at UCLA, manufacturing. He has his master's in that. He's our primary author of these books, and then our tutors and teachers help him edit each time a new test is released. So again, guys, all of this material is now available to you for free from our books. All of it's in the app. So you come in here, these are just PDFs from those books, right? And then you do practice questions, and if you're doing these things, and don't do the hardest possible thing, do an easy question before your test gets started. If you're doing these things as you warm up, it's amazing how much this is going to help when the actual exam starts. Okay? So I'll give you guys about another 1 or 2 minutes with that. 1 or 2 minutes with the warm up here. And guys, again, all of this is available. So if you guys see ACT Science, right, we have all of the sections of the exam just posted in the app. So I highly encourage you guys to be working through those, reading about them, right, doing everything that you can to master, to continue to help yourself as you prepare for these exams. And it's all available for free. You guys can read through it. Okay. Yeah, guys. So in terms of Princeton Review practice tests, again, we don't write our own practice tests. I think there are too many available real tests that you probably don't need to be using. I mean, if you go on Reddit, and I posted the links to all the exams below. If you go on Reddit, or if you can find all of the real SAT tests that have already been administered. I just use real tests, guys. I think there's nothing better than using a real test. And that's why we have you guys post those. So, all right. So for those that are going to get started here with the test, can everybody give me a thumbs up? Well, again, one more thumbs up to just say that you guys are ready to go, and you've done a few warm up problems here. Okay. You've done a few warm up problems here. Can everybody give me 2 thumbs up? SAT test takers, we're going to start with you guys. SAT test takers, can everybody give me 2 thumbs up? And as you guys are doing that, I'm going to post the links to the proctoring videos. We're going to start with SAT test takers. And guys, as you guys start this video that I'm going to post in the chat, please, one of the things that's so important about proctoring a practice test is to make sure that you're simulating it just like the real environment. So please, when I post this video, this video, just start the video. There's like a 2-minute introduction, and then it will lead you through the entire test with timers. Okay, with timers. So please make sure that you just start the video, and then that you stick to the video. Like, don't get up in the middle of the test and go to the bathroom, right? Don't stop and break for lunch unless you have the extended time, right? Don't do those things, because otherwise it's not going to feel the same when you get to the real exam. Nate, Nate, for the Reddit stuff, if you just click on the links below, so in the description of this video below, you can click on the links that I posted that say exams, all officially released ACT exams, all officially released SAT exams, and then just look at the top. There's a little description bar at the top. If you read through that little description, it'll tell you how you can get access to all of the real exams. And then you can print those out, and again, I think that's probably the best source. Okay, great. Anna, great. Emma, Yana, great. Thank you. Okay, guys, so for SAT test takers, I am going to post, this is the SAT test proctoring video, SAT proctoring video. This is the normal time video, okay? So, again, what I want everybody to do that's taking the SAT test, we're starting with you guys. I'll be online for about the next hour or so, 45 minutes or so, to answer any questions that anybody has. But once you guys get started, I think it'll be pretty easy. For all SAT test takers, I want you to click this video that I'm posting in the chat, And then I want you to mute this video, but keep it open in another tab just up in the corner wherever, so that if you do have any questions while you get started with this process, if you do have any questions, there's no stress trying to find this stream again. You just click open that video and you can just ask that question in the chat if you're struggling with something. So again, I'm going to be on for the next 45 minutes, hour answering questions about that. So just mute me. Okay, SAT test takers, that's the normal time SAT test video. If you have been approved for the 504 for SAT accommodations, then I'm going to post the extended video here. But again, my recommendation to you guys is that you just start the video and that everything else is good to go. So SAT. And then I'll post instructions, guys, on how you can submit your score report. So that's SAT. Okay, and that's and then SAT, guys. Can you guys all give me a thumbs up to make sure that you guys have everything ready to go? Again, you're gonna click on the video. If you're taking the SAT, you're gonna mute me and put me up in the corner, so that if you have any questions over the course of the next hour or so, you guys can just quickly open that back up and jump back in. Nate, can you give me a thumbs up that you saw that link for the released exams? Can you give me a thumbs up that you saw the link? ACT test takers, can all of my ACT test takers give me 2 thumbs up in the chat just so I know you guys are ready to go? And again, same instructions to you. I want you guys to mute this video for the live stream, put it up in the corner, and then click start the video for the ACT. There's a short introduction, then it will lead you through the entire test. So make sure it'll talk about the breaks, it'll talk about when you can take a break. If it doesn't, everything is in that video. So if it doesn't say something that you should be doing or whatever, then please don't do that, because this will be just like the real proctoring of the real test. Okay, so that way that you guys have, this way again, then when you get into the real exam, there's no uncertainty, there's no questions, it's ready to go. Okay, so this is ACT proctoring video normal time. Okay, so all of my ACT test takers, this is the proctoring video. Again, just click the link, mute me, put me up in the corner, and you guys are good to go. Thanks, Emma. Okay, and then for anybody that's been approved for the accommodations for the ACT, here is the extended video. Great, Taylor, Emma, thanks. Michaela, and then ACT, and then Diana. Okay, and then there's the ACT proctoring for the extended. So guys, yeah, good luck. You guys are good to go. For anybody that's taking the test today, good luck. You guys are gonna crush it. Stay focused, right? Make sure that you stick to the video, because again, that's gonna be just exactly how it's proctored, so that when you guys get to the real environment, it's like nothing's changed. Okay. All right, guys. So good luck. Good luck to those taking the test today. And then, like I said before, I'm going to be on. So if anybody has any questions, I'm going to be on. I'm going to mute this video just so that and I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to type up questions in the chat section. So if you guys have any questions, feel free now to ask me any of those, and I'll be responding to those questions for about the next hour before we end the live stream. And then for those that are taking the test, if you guys have any questions, of course, just jump back in and we'll be ready to go. Okay. So guys, good luck. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll be around. And yeah, you guys are going to crush it. Keep it up. Keep up all your hard work. You're doing such a great job. And we can't, yeah, you guys are doing great. Okay, so good luck on the test. And then anybody has any questions, just let me know in the chat. All right, guys. So unfortunately, I have to run a little earlier than normal today. But I think you guys are doing such a great job. I apologize for the technical issues that we had early on, but I think we got those worked out. Keep working through it. For those that are taking the test today, as you watch the end of this video, remember to send your bubble sheet to admin@startutors.net. The email address admin. Send a picture of your bubble sheet there, and then we'll send you instructions on how you can grade the test, and then send that back to us as well. Okay, but again, guys, you're doing such a great job. I can't tell you how much it inspires me to want to continue to make these videos and want to continue to do these live streams. From what I've heard from our teachers that comment on Reddit and post on Reddit, all of our teachers are saying that you guys are you're crushing it there as well, and you're asking all the right questions. I promise it will pay off. I promise that if you have a great work ethic, even if you don't reach your goal score, right, for the ACT or whatever that might be, or you don't get into the top college of you, I promise that if you have a good work ethic, everything will work out. There's nothing that I've ever been more confident in saying that if you guys continue to work hard and you work hard on something like the ACT, which is not fun. I don't think any one of you guys wakes up every morning and be like, oh, I can't wait to learn punctuation today. Right? Nobody thinks that. Nobody generally thinks that way. But if you do, great. That's an even better. That's an even better thing to have. But if you don't, but you still have that work ethic to work through this stuff, and you're pushing yourself on the ACT, imagine what will happen when you do something that you really enjoy doing, and you continue to have that same work ethic. Again, guys, it's something that I learned too late. I wish I wouldn't have. I wish I would have had that work ethic when I was, 16, 17 years old, that many of you guys have, that we see such great chats, such great questions from all this stuff, and I can't tell you how impressed I am and how it will pay off. I know it doesn't maybe feel that way right now, but it will in the biggest way possible. So don't be negative. We're always trying to be as positive as we can. And again, it's that positivity will carry you guys, and it will help you guys with just wanting to do this more, wanting to get a better score. The moment we start to turn negative, whether that be during the test, right, when you're in the science section, you're just like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore, right? You go, just get me out of here. I don't even care anymore. If you have that mentality and you know that every question on science is worth another point on the science test, that will throw you off. So again, just take a deep breath, stay positive. You will get there, I promise. And just keep pushing through. Be competitive with yourself to say, you know what, today I'm going to do this, and today I'm going to do just a little bit better. Because guys, if you improve by this much, I mean, even thinking if you improve this much every day, even for the next week before the July test, just this much over the course of the week, that's going to be a big gain. And if you apply that to the next 2 or 3 months, and you do a little bit every day, it's going to be a massive, massive improvement when you get to those September and October exams. For those taking the July test, if you're stressed, if you're worried, one other thing to think about is if you're stressed or worried as you're going to take that test, think about this. Don't go into that thinking, I just want to be done with this, and July is my last test, and I want to be done. Go into it thinking, you know what? I still have 5 additional tests, 3 in September or 7 additional tests. I think 3 in September and 4 in October now. That will be available for you guys to apply to school. So don't go into the July test thinking this is my last opportunity, because that will psych you out if you start to get in that stressful, anxious feeling during the exam. And so instead, go into it being like, you know what, I can always take September, and that too will relieve the timing. I know it's not what you want to do, to have to take it in September, but going in with that psychological mentality of like, yeah, there is another option, will help you so much on the July test. And that's how I always thought when I was a kid, was like, oh, there's always this. And when I got to be a little bit too old, I realized, well, God, I got to start working if I want to accomplish some of these things. There's not always this, right? And so if you guys have that really strong work ethic, and you take a deep breath and you realize that you still have opportunities beyond July, even though that might not be something you want to do, it will help you relieve so much stress, so much anxiety. And again, that is, as you've seen from our videos, that's the key. Okay, guys, so again, I'm out a little early today. If you guys have any questions for us, of course, comment below on the video. We'd love to see some, we'd love to be doing as many videos as like this as we can. So please, spread the word, help your friend, or tell your friends to subscribe to the channel. And because eventually, if we get to enough views and subscribers for the YouTube stuff, then we can make all the videos that we've ever wanted to make. There's just not enough time with trying to balance all this stuff. So again, we hope you guys subscribe to the channel. We hope you guys like these videos, and we'll continue to make them, because I'm a huge believer that if you guys work hard, if you do everything that you're supposed to do, then I'm going to provide everything that I can do. I'm going to work hard too, and that will be huge.